happening.
It's happening. It's a fight that is going to happen. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, live on Netflix in front of 65,000 fans, AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas. Man, I'm almost, now that it's here, I'm almost on a loss for words because it's not a fight I want to see happen. But now that it's here, and like I don't know how you feel about this, but I kind of like alternate when thinking about this fight. I kind of like alternate minute by minute. I'm like, man, like, you know what? Mike's bigger than him. Like he is a former heavyweight champion.
He's got that boxing vision.
He's got the boxing vision, man. There's some things you can't teach from a lifetime of boxing. Like Jake's been doing this shit for 4 years now, right? Like when was his first fight? I mean, I guess 2018, 6 years, you know. But still, Mike's got the lifetime of boxing.
Dude, he had a whole amateur career and then a pro career.
He has boxed. He know, like, Mike Tyson's forgot more about boxing than Jake Paul will ever know in his lifetime, you know?
As long as Jake has been alive, that's how much of a boxing career Mike has had.
Exactly. And let's talk about this, the age difference. We talked about this.
31 years?
31 years age difference. The largest age gap for any professional boxing match ever. Ever in the history of the fucking sport.
You remember when we did that research? I didn't even know that. You remember when we were looking into
that's because the fight was supposed to happen in the summer, and Mike was going to be fucking 57, and he was going to be 30, and he was still the biggest record ever. You know. Now let's talk about the age real quickly. Because of Mike Tyson's age, the rules are a little bit different. 2-minute rounds, 14-ounce gloves. It's not an exhibition. It'll go on the pro records because Texas doesn't give a fuck.
God, it's going on the pro record.
You didn't know that?
No, I know, but it's just like hearing it out loud from you and just, it's like, dude, it's kind of like how Conor is on Floyd's record, but in a different way.
Yeah. It's going to go on their records, man. It's a real professional fight. And that's Jesus Christ. So yeah, I mean, I've kind of bought in. I've watched the Netflix kind of little preview. They did a two episode preview series where they kind of showed a lot of their training camps. And Mike looks good. Like, I'll say this, for a 58-year-old man, Mike Tyson is not a normal 58-year-old man. If you pull the normal 58-year-old man on the street, and I even see people comparing him to Evander Holyfield, and I'm like, dude, not the same thing. Evander Holyfield came in on a week's notice, people forget, to fight Vitor Belfort. We're just supposed to be Oscar De La Hoya.
TRT Vitor.
He stepped up on a week's notice, and he fought him, and he got his shit beat out of him. You know what I mean? Same time, though, Evander Holyfield, people don't know this. I don't know, like, if the average person knows. Like, Mike Tyson retired before, like, he had some bad beatings. You think of the first Holyfield fight. You think of, obviously, the war with Buster Douglas. You think of him getting knocked out Lennox Lewis. Outside of those fights, he really didn't take a lot of damage in his career. You think about the loss of Danny Williams. So it's kind of him. He got injured, and then he got stopped. You know, it happens. You think of the loss to Kevin McBride. He was up on the scorecards, and he got shoved down. He's like, you know, man, fuck this shit. I'm 38. I don't want this anymore. You know what I mean? He's not taking a lifetime of damage. Evander Holyfield's got the shit beat out of him so many times. The Riddick Bowe trilogy, the fight with George Foreman, so on and so forth. It's not a one-to-one comparison, but we did see a 58-year-old Evander Holyfield get stopped by TRT Vitor. TRT Vitor was 17 years older than Jake Paul is going to be on Friday night. So if you have to make a prediction, like if this is an actual fight, if this is not like a half in, half out exhibition type fight, Jake Paul is going to go out there and dog walk him. I hate to say it. He's going to beat him probably easily within the first 4 rounds. Maybe Mike's going to have a moment or two. He may drop him. We may get like some theatrics in there. It wouldn't be surprised me at all if Mike Tyson lands just a short left hook or something on the inside and just he bombs on him.
Just gets that right timing, that right moment, the perfect spot.
You see their sparring footage and you're like, oh, Mike's still fucking quick. Like he still has that speed
for his age. He's quick for his age.
He's quick for his age. But you kind of saw in the open workouts, which was the first time we're seeing him fight in a non-edited session, and he looks old.
I feel like people need to rewatch the training footage from a few years ago when he was getting ready for Roy and compared to now. It's different.
Yeah.
People don't want to admit it to themselves, but it is different. Like he has slowed down. It's just a reality. The guy is elderly. It's just a fact of life. And
once you're in, this is what everybody says. Like whenever you're in your 50s, it's one thing to be in like your 40s. If Mike Tyson's 45, this isn't even a question. It's not a fucking question. He's gonna rock his shit. If Mike Tyson is 50, he wins. If Mike Tyson is 54, like when he fought Roy Jones, he wins. But the reality is, whenever you're in your 50s, you age like you're in dog years, man. And we saw him literally had a health emergency like 4 fucking months ago. Like I think it was more like 6 months ago now. But you get my point here. Like he's a 58-year-old man. And I know people get mad at me whenever I say that, but
I think people
it's not disrespect. It's just his age.
Yeah, I think people don't realize too. Like they think we're just comparing him to every other 58-year-old. Like the guy is a unicorn. I work with the elderly. I've worked with people around his age. You know, I've seen all sides of it. I've seen really healthy 58-year-olds. He's special. He's special. He's not like everybody else.
Yeah.
But there's limitations on the human body, man. You can only do so much. You can only he's probably no bullshit. In this fight, he'll probably maximize what a man his age can do with his ability.
Yeah.
And with his extra bit of whatever his has in his mentality and his knowledge and his boxing ability.
Yeah.
And hopefully for him, he can make a good account of himself. He doesn't get hurt. And, you know, and maybe in reality, he comes out with the win too. You know what I mean? But it's going to be damn fucking hard being in there with a young cat like that who not even that long ago, there wouldn't have even been a shadow of a doubt if he could have done it.
Yeah. And that's the thing to me too, is like, they talked about this fight happening right after, like, they both fought on the same card in 2020. You know what I mean? It's like, this fight's been in talks for years now. And Jake just had to age him out even more. You know what I mean? Like, he couldn't, like, he just, like, you couldn't fight him when
he took a book out of Floyd.
Yeah, you couldn't fight him when he was 55, motherfucker. You had to wait until he was 58 years old, bro. Like, I mean, look, if it's, like I said, if it's an actual fight, Jake's going to beat him. And in case you guys are curious, let me actually pull it up real quickly. Because I want to get the line right before I.
But would you be shocked if Mike won? Like if he went out there and fucking knocked out Jake?
I would be. God, I mean,
it's complicated, right?
This is what I said to you, dude. If Mike Tyson goes out there and wins, I'm going to church, dude. Because like that, like that'd be a unreal feat.
By the way, I hate that someone stole this comparison from me, and I'm going to steal it from Morning Combat. BC said it. This is like Rocky Balboa.
Oh yeah, it's literally Rocky versus Mason the Lion Dixon, dude. It's literally.
I mean, granted, to clarify, Mason Dixon in the movie is like a fucking champion in the movie.
Yeah, so it's a little bit. Different.
It's a significantly harder fight for Balboa.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
I think Rocky was actually 60. Like Mike's like 58.
Yeah, like the thing is, this is a fucking movie, dude. Like this guy is trying to do what fucking Rocky Balboa did, but IRL, dude.
Yeah,
no fucking bullshit. Like. Same thing. Even fucking bringing up his kids, just like Rocky Balboa. Like there's a whole storyline in Rocky about him and his son on the side, on top of him trying to get ready, dealing with the growing pains, thinking about his past and all that shit. Fucking Mike Tyson's going to the same shit, like talking about his kids, talking about cuss, talking about previous fights, talking about legacy. Like it is kind of scary how similar it is. And by the way, Rocky Balboa, hell of a fucking movie.
One of my favorite ones, actually. Yeah, I think it might be my second favorite Rocky movie.
And look. You've watched Rocky Balboa. Hopefully we get a similar ending because at the end of that, he doesn't come out fucked up. Or not too fucked up in the sense of he didn't get fucking obliterated. But at least he walked away with a win and with the cheers. And if we can get a happy moment like that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And if he can win, it could be even bigger than fucking that.
If he goes the distance, it's a win. Like if he goes to like the scorecard.
You know what's crazy? I mean, it's just like the movie, like the song, Going the Distance.
Yeah.
It's fucking poetic.
It really is.
It's in the movie. It's in the name.
It really is. And here's the thing, man, is like for Mike Tyson, this is really, I mean, I've watched just so many interviews throughout this whole thing, not because I give a shit about the fight. Like I hate Jake Paul, but I'm not gonna lie with you, man. Like I'm a huge Mike Tyson fan. I think anybody who grew up around, anybody who's given a fuck about sports in general is a huge fan. If you care about combat sports, you're a huge fan. Like I grew up watching like Mike Tyson highlight clips. You know what I mean? Watching that shit. And then going out to my gym with my shitty heavy bag, trying to do like the, you know, the bob and weave style, trying to
fucking Dempsey roll on the fucking heavy bag.
Exactly. Fucking up my knees, doing all the bob and weave
You're
shit.
back, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man, like I love Mike Tyson. And you could see like this, he's very introspective. And seeing a lot of his interviews this week, he doesn't need the money. Like I see a lot of people are like, oh, does he need the money? He doesn't need the money. Mike Tyson's well off. His weed business is killing it. Very successful.
He has a lot of investments. He's in a better place mentally.
He doesn't need this. For him, this is something he wants to do. And it's something that I think for him, this is a full circle moment. For him, it's easy to think, like he was a pariah in boxing. If you go back to the 90s, if you think back to the Holyfield fight, if you think about whenever for the second half of his career, he was a pariah. Like he tried to fight Lennox Lewis at the press conference and literally got that fight almost canceled because he fought and got banned of the state of Nevada. That's why they fought in that fucking pyramid out in the middle of Tennessee. Like
that's badass.
Yeah, which kind of cool. But now about Pro Shop, by the way, which is hilarious. Yeah, like they had the huge venue. They're just like, fuck it, man. What should we do with it?
The guys also live like 4 or 5 lives, and they've all been crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see like he's been very introspective this week. If he goes out there and puts on a good performance, he doesn't even need to win. I'll consider it a win.
That's a dub. That's a dub.
Yeah.
That's a dub.
You see him talking to that kid though.
Yeah.
The interview with the kid, and it's like Mike Tyson. Don't interview Mike Tyson during fight week, brother, because it's just she was like,
don't fuck with Mike Tyson during fight week either.
No. I mean, he slapped the shit.
I'll
out
fuck
of
you till you love me. I can't say the rest of it.
No, you cannot. But he slapped.
Scared. That's okay.
He slapped Jake Paul at the weigh-ins earlier in that day. He's getting interviewed by like a 9-year-old, and she's like, "So, Mike, for kids my age, what do you want your legacy to be?" He's like, "I don't give a fuck about legacy. I don't like fucking." Whenever you die, you're dust. It doesn't matter. I mean, you know, it's what it is. You know,
him in kill mode is terrifying.
Why do you give a fuck if people remember you? I don't give a fuck if people remember me. It's just like, well, Mike, that's a 9-year-old, brother. I mean, like, did you